for their early fights with the Pango +1, and now they can go for towers as well. So like they have this really beautiful skirmishing lineup that can outpace Spider Pigs. The question will be, what is Noob's hero? And you
I meant
technically
for
got it right.
Pigs.
Yeah,
I meant for Spider Pigs.
There we go. And then the flip side, you know the best thing here is, Mo, your read for Kunkka for Cyberium is now like, if you shift it to Spider Pigs, is like the perfect hero, because Cyberium, I just mentioned, is aggressive, right? Spider Pigs, they're a defensive lineup waiting for Medusa. What's one of the better defensive mid heroes?
It's the Kunkka.
There we go. Beautiful stuff, Mo.
I know. It's you know, sometimes my genius.
It should be, okay. Bide their time, and then when Medusa's ready to play, suddenly this game can become very difficult for Cyberium. One failed initiation, that stone gaze, that boat, and the whole fight can collapse for Cyberium. So a lot of pressure for them to execute, but if they do, it'll be like a beautiful game of just sweeping through the map.
Who do you think is going to win, T? One word. Or
Pigs.
Two, technically, depending on who you think is going to win.
I'll just go for Pigs. Because I think the way they executed in game one, I feel like they have the mechanisms in place to deal with the aggression of Cyberium.
So obviously, guys, T thinks Spider Pigs are going to win this game, but if you think differently, maybe you think the same, go click the banner below, EGB, if you want to put a cheeky bet down. Up to you guys. But for now, we're going to start and move into game 2 here. Pangolier.
Also, you can't get away with it, Mo. Who do you think's going to win?
Who do I think's going to win?
And why? I don't want you to do that empty. I want you to give me some reasoning and why you think the team will win.
I'm the play-by-play this game, T.
No.
Be my job.
No.
I'm happy to.
Thank you.
I think I always say, T, whenever I get into a game with a Deucer, I have to back the Deucer. That's literally my only reasoning. I will not give you any technical reasoning other than I love Deucer as a hero.
Okay, that's fair. All right.
And I mean, I think if it gets to like, 30 minutes into the game, 35 minutes, and this Deucer's like level net worth with everybody else in the game, I think they look really good, though, on Dire's side. He's
really living up to the play-by-play role there, pal.
I just think if they can like build these stacks up like we've talked about, especially because they're playing Dire's side, keep this Deucer going, I think even if this Kunkka and Centaur start to fall off a little bit, I just look at this game and I think it looks like a really good Deucer game. Like, obviously, Pugner has to be a little bit worrying, like Omni has to be a little bit worrying with the GA and things. But,
like you mentioned when the Pango was picked, Cyberium, they have this beautiful way to kite out this Medusa, right? And when you think of the lineup that Spider Pigs has, where's the damage coming from? Early on, you're going to have like cheap magic damage from maybe Rubik Kunkka for pickoff, but realistically, Spider Pigs are putting this Medusa on this kind of like pedestal of you have to do everything. And when you have like Decrep on Pugner, you have the Disarm from Pangolier, you're going to have the GA from Omni Knight. Like there's so many ways to kite out this Deucer that suddenly like the tankiness of Centaur and Kunkka, they might fall. But then again, they are very tanky, right? So they might be able to survive through the annoyance of Cyberium. Like it's such a, these fights are so, like they have to be executed so well because Cyberium, if they miss it, like they don't stop Medusa's damage coming out, then sure, the fight's lost, right? But if they do connect it, then it could be devastating.
I will say as well, though, that I don't know. Cyberium, it feels like they want to be playing from ahead, right? That's fair enough. But
yeah,
in the series that we've seen from them, not just this game, but like this series, but the tournament overall, I mentioned the point last time, they haven't looked great about playing this mid game, like around the map properly and like finding the right openings and things. And in a draft like this, where if they don't make the right moves across the map, they might start to fall behind a little bit. I am worried for them because I think they're putting a pressure on themselves in something that they haven't looked great with. Does that make sense?
No, that does. Like, it also helps that Cyberium are kind of, bottom of the groups, right? So they're a team that clearly has lacked, execution, discipline, or something. There's a reason why they're at the bottom. But this is the type of lineup that can prove maybe they could have done better. This is what I'm seeing from this draft is if they can execute it, it's like if they reset to day one, then they could have easily been in Spider-Pig's position of like middle of the pack team.
Well, Spider-Pigs are technically middle of the pack, I guess, but it's still not looking amazing for them at the moment. I mean, we have to say, Yellow Cyberium currently 7-0, by the way. I know they're not in this series. First blood top lane, though, I completely missed that. Very, very sorry. I didn't expect the Deuce or Sven lane to get first blood at level 1 T, but...
No, it's fine. Really, it was Stunny Boy comes in stun, Snaky Girl comes snake. Life goes on.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that technical analysis, sir. You don't have to say anything for the rest of the game. You won't get any better than that, so...
I've already peaked in my career, I guess. What little career I have.
The dire side, by the way, they're pressuring this lane really hard at level 1. They understand that the Monkey King isn't massively strong at this point. He kind of needs that like level 3 before he really comes online. So.
Yeah, no, for sure. That is kind of what both side lanes for Cyberium are. Like level 1, level 2, they're annoying but not strong. But level 3 plus, Slardar comes online, Monkey comes online. And that's where Spider-Pigs are trying to at least build up some advantage before they get potentially like handled out of the lane.
Sven getting a small camp pull off here, by the way. I feel like that's a really big deal up here. I only feel like goddamn can't be letting this happen, like at any point in the lane. Like we said, if they can keep their lanes in a good place with Spider-Pigs, this lane feels really good for them. Oh, LeBron's actually going to TP away in the top lane. Okay. Fair enough. And now Monkey King heading towards that level 3 in the bot lane, so Mitch going to have to start to be a little bit careful, but I assume he's going to be building armor items relatively soon with the phase boots and things.
Yeah, this is where it gets, for sure, a lot harder. Like, look at Mitch. Oh no, poor soul. It's just a 1v2. Oh, then Omni Knight comes in at the very end. Don't worry, pal, I'll help you out.
I mean, Omni Knight historically, again, has not been a hero that has like the best laning stage, right? There's not a huge amount. You can't really like hit the other heroes very often. They go with the lift through onto Little Pleb as well. Manages to mischief dodge the double edge there from Mitch. So really well played by Little Pleb. Already making amends from last game on the Void.
Yeah, for sure. Need to make some amends from the unspeakable.
I don't think I've seen Little Pleb play Monkey King in a game that I've cast before.
Oh, so today is the day. But in regards to the Omni Knight in lane, like he's a pretty high move speed hero. And when he gets 2-point purification, he is kind of hard to deal with in terms of like that turnaround damage. Like it's 160 pure damage and heal, right? Like you can't really joke about that. So.
I've just watched a last bounce of a Mystic Snake take away half of Goddamn's HP as well, which is quite interesting from the top lane. That was yeah, that was crazy.
Imagine like this is why I'm kind of jealous of some position 5 players in Dota, like all they have to do is play these random dudes that just kind of exist, right? Like LeBron, he's competing for money and he's just playing a Sven, He just needs to place wards, throw out a stun, and that's it. He doesn't have like the Winter's Curse to hit a Golem, So,
if it was that easy, we'd all be doing it, all right?
That's what I mean. It's so like I'm just playing.
Well, as well. I mean, Rubik's had to move away here. Secures the 4-minute rune for Noob, but obviously now leaving Mitch down in this bot lane by himself, a little bit troublesome. Just have to be careful. Those Jingu stacks starting to build up. God damn as well. Like there's another pull that goes off in the top lane. I mean, I'm gonna say I don't agree with that at all, but obviously that's not what I'm trying to say. I feel like this shouldn't be allowed to happen still.
Oh no! Oh yes! Go LeBron. I don't know if you were seeing that. He was disarmed as the creep was dying.
Oh.
Like the disarm just faded and he got like the final click on like a 10 HP creep.
I think that's a Bassi coming out for the Sven as well, potentially. Yeah, there is. Okay. Yeah. Obviously nice cheap mana for the Deuce are always going to be good.
And also the Sven himself, right? He naturally doesn't really have a mana pool because he obviously is a carry. So when he gets put into that support role, he needs a way to be able to spam out his stun.
They're going to start to go onto the Deuce from the top lane here. Warcry gets popped though by the Sven to stop a lot of this physical damage coming through. Nice Stormhammer as well, and with the Snake as well. Cheshire has to be a little bit careful. They don't really have the damage to go through this Deucer when the Warcry comes out. little bit of bonus armor. The extra 6, always going to help.
Ooh.
And Mitch down in this bot lane has resorted to creep skipping now. Oh, Omni Knight in the bot lane. Oh, they tried to lift him towards the tower, but the stop unfortunately misses from Mitch.
The nice thing about this, though, is look how the Omni Knight was playing there. He not only did he move in, he tried blocking this camp, but DNZ is aware of that straight away. And I was going to say, I love the fact DNZ was positioned here with a sentry ready. They made a triple stack of Ancients down on the bot side, allowing for Medusa to survive top pressure. And then when she retreats to that bot side of the map, it's going to be a lot of resources.
Ghost Ship comes through as well with the torrent onto Mastermind. Yep. They don't quite finish him off, unfortunately, but now Mastermind, no HP, no mana.
Pressure.
A bit difficult for him here.
Oh, the haste rune.
Oh.
Noob never wins a 50-50. I don't think I've ever seen this guy run to a rune and happily get it.
He did control runes pretty well last game, to be fair, on the Snapfire.
It's like we did interview for Div 2.
Trying to move forward onto the Sven here, but nice snake from Thug makes it a little bit difficult for Goddamn just to get to chase through there.
They actually have like one of the weirdest counters to a Slardar lane, because they have the snake for the move slow, the turn slow, and then you have this like war cry. Like, it's so hard for them to actually kind of commit to an engagement unless Mastermind runs up with a haste and kills LeBron.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for LeBron.
Farewell.
But this Puck'n has no mana, so like normally this rotation, you'd start trying to like maybe pressure the top tier 1 or something, but kind of can't really do anything here on the.
Luckily the bounty rune's still here, right? So he's going to make that kind of top kill bounty rune into mid. He only loses like 1, maybe 2 creeps mid, so overall it's still a net gain for Mastermind.
Laning stage gone pretty well though for the Radiant side in general. It's pretty 50-50. X goes off. Towards the top 8 secret shop though, onto the Pango. Can they get the follow-up damage? Snake comes through. They do have a Storm Hammer available if they need it, but goddamn, it goes down to the Tidebringer from the Kunkka. Nice rotation from Noob. 1 for 1 in the top lane overall over the last 30 seconds.
What's the window of the game? 6 to 8 minutes. Who's rotating? My man Noob. To be fair, that's such an easy prediction to make, right? It's like at some point mid's going to make a move, between a very large portion of the game.
Congratulations, Tees. You want a medal or what's the?
I was about to make a UK joke there, but again, like only me, you, and then I see Nomad. He'd understand it. Memes.
Noob tries to torrent stack the camp. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. And they are going to try and secure the Invis rune here for the Punker. Can he get there in time? Looks like he can. So Punker's not going to be able to pick up the Invis rune, but a lot of the damage coming through from the life drain. And they push Noob back off to the top jungle again. Inzi taking over the XP mid for now.
Yeah, the natural rotations from Spider Pigs to kind of maximize the farm. Saying that Kunkka and Medusa are just kind of on the same bit of neutral camp right now. Like, get out of my jungle, says Thug. And Noob's like, I'm sorry, sir. Running back to mid lane.
They do both want to kind of be farming this area and the stacks and things. They find Medusa, though, in the jungle with the decrypt coming through and the blast. The knife drain comes through, but the nice stampede from the centaur going to secure Thug's retreat here. They might try and signal that he needs to try and play this bottom half of the map now instead of the top half, potentially.
Look what's at the Ancients! Look at all these stacks. Look at him. That's 2 golems, 2 dragons.
Mid lane, no. Boat comes through onto the Pugna. But they have the follow-up damage coming through though as well. LeBron with the Storm Hammer. Nice Heavenly Grace onto the Pugna. Keeps him nice and tanky. Lift. Mastermind back into the tower, but the decrypt stops the physical damage coming through. Mastermind just able to make his way back towards his own tier 1. And I cannot believe in a 3-on-3 that nobody has died there. That's quite impressive.
Yeah, the important thing to note here is the rotations. Like Cyberium, they've got 3 heroes mid pressuring. Medusa is trying to farm these Ancients and realizes, wait, I'm level 7, I can't do it. And we have Monkey King and Slardar pressuring this top tower. And I think overall it's still a net gain for Cyberium, because Spider Pigs have had to clump quite heavily on the map to try and like rebuttal mid aggression and to get the farm. So yeah, Cyberium, they're going to be happy with this, and that's the value of this Pugna, right? This poke and chip, and also the Omni Knight keeping him alive as well. Pugna's a very hard hero to kill naturally. Suddenly slap in a Heavenly Grace or a Purification, suddenly becomes a lot harder.
Slardar is TPing towards the bot lane here. Kunkka with the X onto the Pugna, they're going to secure the bounty room for himself, but
no stampede for 24.
Yeah, they were hitting the spot 2-1, but they do have to be a little bit careful. You took the words out of my mouth. Without the stampede.
Synergy.
This Sven's still level 4 though, T, at 10 minutes into the game. How rough is this? Not even boots available, unfortunately. It's even less net worth than an Omni Knight. Jesus.
How realistically, how is he meant to farm though, right? Like,
I just don't know.
Look at him, hold on, right? Let's watch him hit these creeps on the tower. Oh, well. He nearly fluffed it, but then he had to use a stun for it.
He's got it, Mastermind
comes
over towards the mid lane, though. With the blast, with the life drain, that's going to be a dead spend.
Think you're out
the
of farm?
They missed the torrent, but with the ghost ship coming through, they might have enough damage here, Mastermind. With the decrypt, gets the amped up damage from the ghost ship, and with the last slap from Noob, that's going to be a kill.
I'm very happy.
They are defending the mid 2-1 well, though. Bot lane. Mitch trying to dodge out this rolling thunder with the stampede, puts his dancing shoes on.
I was tickling him. Jesus Christ.
He could feel the wind blowing up against his back there.
Yeah. My God.
From the rolling thunder.
I am just happy though that they did kill Mastermind after killing LeBron. Like, how dare he kill the support just trying to get a couple creeps?
No pleb. Jumps into Noob in the mid lane here, and with the swashbuckle coming through, they have the slow onto the Kunkka. Heavenly Grace going to buff up this little pleb Monkey King, so allow him to be extra aggressive here, T. Extra. They're going to move forward onto DNC. Jump misses, but with the blast coming through, that's going to be a dead Rubik, and they might be able to try and transition this into a mid-tier 1 here.
Cyberium, they're utilizing their heroes, right? They're going for that skirmishing kind of fight where they're going to non-stop want to poke and prod, and this Medusa, her farming speed has been somewhat hindered by this quad stack of Ancients. Like, she physically can't farm them. They're so tanky with the double golems.
Yeah, and she needs to try and take them. If she doesn't take them soon as well, it might be in a bit of problem here, because if this mid-tier 1 falls, it starts to open up the map a lot.
Oh my God, they're actually so tanky. The Dragonhide aura stacks, so it's +6 armor plus the one single granite aura. They're having to bring two cores over. They're having to bring 4 heroes to farm this.
I think that's fine though, right? Like, it's not ideal, but you need to just make sure you take it.
But look at where the map's been played for Spider Pigs. They've played this bottom corner now for the last like 3-4 minutes, which has allowed for Cyberium to have this like widespread control of the map. But finally the Ancients have fallen. Finally Fug has conquered the jungle.
Honestly, his game's going okay.
Yeah, game perfectly fine. Just one of those things where he's been delayed access to the Ancients for a little bit longer than usual.
Now, this is a period of the game where the games that we've seen from Cyberium, they've started to struggle. I'm going to talk about it again. So there's a lot of pressure on them here to do the right thing. I'm not sure that's the thing to say.
Pressure.
But,
it's just simply pressure,
DNC,
right?
Have you seen him here? Into the trees, jumping around. Panga starts to come through with the Rolling Thunder, but they find the opening onto the Omni Knight. But unfortunately, with the nice Rolling Thunder coming through, Mitch might be in a bit of trouble here. The Rolling Thunder does end, so Mitch will make his way back up to the top side of the jungle, and it's nobody's dead to.
This is the value of the Centaur pick. Like, Cyberium, they don't have this instant lockdown, this hard, like, you're fighting with controlling the fight. For those that were here present during the draft, Mo Farah suggested a Kunkka for Cyberium. Therefore, Spider Pigs picked it just to make sure Mo felt appreciated.
Thanks, Spider Pigs.
Thanks, Spider Pigs.
They just have no catch.
Okay.
Yeah, they kill Mitch. Fair enough. This is my problem. You were saying with the Stampede and things, it's that freak out of jail card. Like, I've mixed my words up there, but you know what I mean to say. Bot lane though, they're going through onto the Slardar here, but with the Heavenly Grace, he is very tanky, and they're going to move forward onto the Rubik with the life drain. That's DNC dead. Now, transition to the bot tier 1.
The key thing here is, though, it's the get out of jail free card when the spell's up. When it's not up, it gives Cyberium that ability just to pressure and go, because even though they don't have good lockdown, as long as there's not a Stampede in play, then they can use their Crush, you know, their Rolling Thunder to great effect, and that's what they're doing right now. They bait out the Stampede bottom, and they're not stopping. They kill the Kunkka.
Easy peasy. They are pressuring this map really well now, so much better from Cyberium this game already.
Exactly. Monkey King well on his way to Ags, literally being shipped out right now. He's going to go to Fusel. He's going to be able to drain this Medusa. If you have him locked down with a Slardar Crush and then an Amp, this Medusa will die before she has like Manta, Butterfly, and any of the bigger items that we see.
This was going to be my question, whether he'd just go for the Diffusal or not after the eggs, but I'm surprised. I thought he'd go for like a different route with like the MKB or something.
Do you feel like casters should be allowed like complexity modes when they cast, right? So it shows you like if you hover over a spell or an item, it doesn't show you like the tooltip or the name. and that's like hard mode, you know.
Hard
If
mode,
you,
yeah.
Like you can't see quick buy. That's like the hardest mode, and then like intermediate is like you can see quick buy but not items, and then like easy mode is you just see everything. Would you
know
like
the
if
shop
casters
quiz?
had that?
You know the shop quiz like over TI?
Yeah.
It's like name this hero and it tells you like some of the talents.
Yeah.
We need like that for every hero, so it tells you like some of the talents, but it doesn't tell you all of them.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Yeah, like that kind of
No,
thing.
I just feel like it'd be funny to just have like casters tiered by how what resources they need in the game. Realistically, everyone just uses easy, right? Because it's just like it's easy, it's life. It'd be fun to see if like a caster had like the confidence to go, I don't need no information. Let me go in, you know.
That's me, dude. I don't care.
Play by play asks like a question about a stat, and you're like, yes, I understand that.
Everybody on their second monitor just has all the stats up. They get the lift through up onto the Pango in the top lane though. With the Stormhammer, they're going to stop this pesky Pango pushing up the top lane over and over again without being punished. So goddamn just fall. Much slower game than last time though, it has to be said.
Well, yeah, it's a product of both Spider-Pig's lineup. They're the ones looking to be defensive. Maybe they can find a key pick-off, but it's when Cyberium are ready to look for the fights, and I think we mentioned the Diffusal Blade on Monkey. That probably will be the team timing we're looking for. Like, they'll have Blink on Slardar, they'll have they've already Glimmer on Pugna, a Diffusal on Monkey. They're ready to go.
When they get the Boundless Strike onto the Sven, when he cuts down the wrong tree, unfortunately. Oh, I don't even know if it was his tree that he cut down, but I mean, LeBron's still in a bit of trouble here with the Glimmer Cape running out. You do find LeBron, and Monkey, I was going to say the Monkey jumped away. It's actually the Rubik, never mind. Yeah, I mean, Goddamn's just pushing lanes out as much as he can, though, right? Like, it's fine.
But they're layering up their kite as well. Like, the Pango going for the Yules, they're identifying the fact that it literally is Medusa versus the world. Going for a cheeky Roshan, the old Slardar. Very skilled.
Not. You sound a bit bitter there, T. You're right.
I'm a bit tired that Slardar. One, it's a good hero currently, and two, like Roshan just falls so quickly.
Yeah, you could say the same about Undying though as well.
I guess yeah, with the flesh golem, the damage amp, true.
I don't know. When there's Diffusal Blades online, I'd love to see Cyberium just go for it. You know, like just really full on.
Yeah, exactly.
Run at them.
Mm-hmm. Ideally, you want to slow pressure a tier 2 maybe, unlock an outpost, and then fight around maybe the outpost area with that advantage 20 minutes. Like that's maybe what they're looking for right now.
If you're Deucer here, by the way, what's your next item? Because I feel like something like Hurricane Pike's really valuable, but how quick do you need a BKB this game?
I think realistically, early evasion might be a big winner here.
So like the early butterfly.
Yeah, I think that could be just a big dub.
Okay. But then if the
even
monkey,
like a casual halberd, that sounds so bad.
I can see the monkey can going for like a Skadi next or something, and the Deucer basically can't do anything, right? Like,
yeah. The other thing as well, monkey could easily just go for like BKB, MKB, right? And then you complete offset any item that Medusa farms right now.
Mastermind coming in here though. Mitch though jumps to the backlines. They find the Omni Knight straight away. So with that defensive capability gone, Radiant do have to be careful now. They use the Stampede to get onto the Wukongs on the Dire. Tries to Mischief dodge the Ghost Ship, but it doesn't happen unfortunately. And they find the Slardar up on the high ground here as well. Even with the Aegis, this Radiant side really struggling to find the fight they want. Cheshire Cat going to sprint away here though. Ilpleb enters the fight again. The tree dance. They are going to be able to find LeBron here as well. Slardar jumps the backline. They find the Rubik as well, but heavily graces off the Corrosive Haze, but it's not going to be enough. Noob on the side lane trying to run away here, but with the decrep coming through, with the blast and the life drain, Noob's going to fall. Deucer is the only survivor here. Ilpleb dodges the Mystic Snake as well. Can you rate these voice lines for me out of 10? The Diatide ones?
Eek's like a -12, and then all the others are somewhat acceptable.
I like stabby violin noises, whatever that one's called. So, that's my favourite.
I just don't like Eek. It's just so like unnecessary.
It's ear piercing, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. That fight though for Cyberium, they really kind of showcased their kind of early fight potential and the lack of damage from Spider Pigs. But like realistically, how do Spider Pigs kill someone? Like they can escape the damage, they can survive through the damage.
They see the Pango on the high ground here, by the way. And,
just a Pango. Bye, Pango.
Lil Pleb though in the bot lane finds the centaur.
Yep.
Nice pick off for him.
Spider Pigs just need to buy more time. Like they just need to like. So Thug most likely is going to go for the Skadi with that ultimate orb in play. And
it is a good Skadi game to be fair.
It is,
Thug,
yeah.
I mean, Lil Pleb's got one queued up as well.
Yeah.
Skadi for Skadi.
Oh wow, is Zilpleb just dead here?
He has
very
Aegis
deep.
as well, remember. So this could be a second death. Oh, Decrypt, life drain.
Yep.
Comes through. So Little Pleb going to be fine. LeBron does die on the in the Radiant top jungle here as well. So, I mean,
Little Pleb
Pleb's
was so
trying to be
lucky though. Mossman had a haste rune, you know,
Why
like
is-
that. He should just be dead, but
Mastermind just decrypt himself when he life drains.
value.
Okay. Interesting. That noob. And a strike comes through onto him. They do have the diffuser still available, with the decrypt coming through as well. Life drain, but Ghost Ship applies the run buff to the dire side, but Sada comes in with the crush. Stonegaze gets popped by Thug, so they're going to be able to try and secure their retreat here, but good stomp from Mitch onto the G8 Kunker on the Sada, but we kind of just poking and prodding, but nobody ever really committing. Definitely a Radiant win, you'd have to say.
Cyberium just forcing their advantage right now. They're just protecting their wards really well, being up in the face of Spider Pigs, and we're not seeing that kind of scaling come out.
Where did the Monkey's Diffusal go? Did his courier die? I thought he had it on him already.
Nah, mate, it died.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Imagine how different the fights would have been if he had Diffusal.
Sure, like these engagements, you probably got net a kill or two, but realistically, they're still in that same position. They can't really poke too heavily. Like, you have to respect the high ground of Spider Pigs, and right now they're just trying to, you know, slowly control the map, make it feel really hard. And Spider Pigs, their reaction to that is, if they're not hitting our tier 3s, let's move out of the jungle real quick, push out lanes, and just try and get our Medusa to, like Medusa needs like 2 more items to even want to play this game, or for damage to come online for Spider Pigs.
I mean, Medusa isn't the one I'm worried about at the moment, unfortunately, for the dire side. Oh, Grove bow for Medusa. That's pretty nice. If they decide to pick it up, they come through with the entrance, though, onto LeBron. He dies instantly. Ghost Ship coming through. Little Pleb manages to mischief dodge that one, and with the Rolling Thunder coming through from Goddamn as well, controlling so much of this fight, they find their way onto Medusa. Nice stomp by Mitch. And, oh, good man to dodge by Medusa onto the crush there from the Slatter, but it's not really going to be enough. Inside, cutting this Stone Gaze out completely. Now Goddamn finds a slow onto the Medusa. They have the life drain as well. Thug's going to fall. Can they find anybody else here? Cheshire Cat tries to find the Slatter, but she finds his blink way up to the high ground. And I mean, the dire side just feels like they have no damage at this point in the game. Like, this Kunker, it's just fallen so far behind in net worth.
I'm so pleasantly surprised with the way in which Cyberium have played together. You know, like the laning phase into just that aggression. There's been a couple times that Spider Pigs are able to find some kills, but overall, the way in which they've itemized and really played at like the front door of Spider Pigs, we've not seen this Medusa get to a point where she can confidently look to enter any of these like 20-30 minute fights.
Night and day between last game, and isn't it, with how aggressive they're able to play on Cyberium? Yeah.
And the funny thing is, they had an aggressive draft in game 1, so they had the same ability to make these moves, but they clearly had a nice little chat, nice little kind of pick me up, and bounce back.
The bot lane, nice use from the Pango, sets up for the Rolling Thunder, and they are going to be able to find Mitch here. No Stampede available, so he falls.
That's payback though for when Mitch broke Goddamn's ankles earlier.
That's true. In the same place of the map as well.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah, the lane.
This Monkey King's so scary now.
Yep, this is quite troublesome for the side that are the Pigs.
What's your play if you're Spider Pigs now? This is...
Hold. Wait. They haven't defended at tier 3 yet, and that will be their saving grace. When, like, if the Pugna oversteps his mark and gets X-torrented, that could be a fight. If the Medusa keeps eking out this farm, suddenly she might make a play, and she's just tabbed in the Rapier. Like, they know that they need some damage, and they need a way to do something in a fight, because they're survivors right now, you know? Like, they don't do anything else than maybe survive a fight.
Her mana shield on, by the way. This is a little bit worrying. Jesus, that was close.
Luckily, there's not a lot of stuns to truly punish that, right?
No.
That would be amazing if the game ended like that, right?
Yeah, if they'd have been slightly further together closer together on Cyberium, sorry. Little Pleb doesn't have Aegis anymore, remember, on the Monkey King, so we're in a little bit of a problem. But Dusa in absolutely no man's land here in the middle of the Wukong's. Just blows up straight away before the boat buff could even apply to her. And do you remember when you said the hold thing?
Yeah, like...
Mitch? Okay, they found the Pugna. Stomp does miss, but it is enough. And now nice stomp from the, I mean, it's the better stomp from Cheshire Cat onto the two heroes there. They find Mitch as well, and now they're able to move up to the high ground. There's no Puppet, unfortunately. And a buyback from Deucer here into the fight. Can they find anything? Stolen balance strike from DNC controls up the starter, but good disarm from the Pangolier. Cheshire Cat pops the Essence Swing to try and make his way away. Clumsy Net comes through though. It's going to be a little bit difficult for him, but here comes the Monkey back into the fight again. Primus swings through into the middle. Thug's just brought back into this fight, remember, so he needs to try and make his way out. Diffusal so comes through, and Thug's just losing all his mana here straight away. That's going to be the end of him. Really nice disarm from Goddamn again. Stops the Deuce's damage coming out. They get LeBron as well, and that's going to be the game. They call it on Spider Pigs. I was going to say something completely different there, but never mind. That's right, really well played by Cyberium this whole game. I mean, 25 minutes, T. I don't even get 10 kills on Spider Pigs by the end of the game.
Yeah,
constantly playing on the back foot.
That's the main thing, right? Like when we looked at the initial draft from Spider Pigs, it did look good for just defensive nature, and it's all about putting that Medusa into the limelight. She needs the items to play around. And Cyberium, like you just said, they never gave them that ability to do it. They entered the top side of jungle, picked off the Medusa once, they swept through the map, pressured the Ancients area, and then suddenly, before like 20 minutes, they were already parked up in the Dire Tri-Camp, removing the Ancients from Medusa. And at that point, like, it's so hard to win this game when you have like the Decrep, the Swashbuckle Disarm, the Diffusal Monkey King, even the GA. Like, there's so many ways to remove the damage that it just, Cyberium, I really wanted to see them win this game because this was the type of draft that they need that high level of execution. And it proves that, like, even the viewers, like, sure, they're at the bottom of Division 2 right now, but if they had this type of performance from the start and this ability to play in this game, they could have easily had a much better showing. But again, it's unfortunate it's like a little bit too late, and then they're playing for survival rather than anything more.
All to play for though in Game 3. You know, we have to say, like I said, both these teams really need the wins. So
they do.
Any big predictions before we quickly go to a break, T, for Game 3?
Noob will rotate between 6 to 8 minutes to a side lane and maybe net a kill.
Well, I've had enough, guys. Let's just get out of here. We'll be back for Game 3 very soon. Don't go anywhere.
EGB, your esports betting world. The only place to find the widest choice of popular games and matches to win real money. Choose your bet on a single event or express of several matches with dizzy odds. Serving the market for 7 years with over 800,000 users. Join now to get your bonus for the first deposit up to $600. EGB, you know for sure who's gonna win.
Game 3 of Cyberium versus Spider Pigs in the Epic League Division 2. And we were just having a conversation, ET and Pythium, our observer, that why does T not dress up the same for Division 2 as he does for Division 1? Because I don't know how I feel about that lack of respect there. Because why don't you love Div 2 the same way, T?
Thing is, though, I think we have to look at the divisions differently, and we have to treat them differently. And I think Division 1, when my panelists are wearing, beautiful dresses and beautiful bow ties, then the standard is higher. But for the Division 2, everyone has come to watch, the aspiring players, and it's more of a comfortable, relaxed environment. So I'm just dressing for what the door. Then suddenly, you have this Undying pick, and then you can just put the Venge into maybe a 4 roll, for example. It could have been on their mind realistically. I don't think they should have ever been scared of Undying when you have a Venge already picked. So it is just a drafting choice that they've made, and it'll be interesting to see how they execute it. Because with Spider Pigs, they've got second pick. They've picked up their Lina, one of the heroes that teams often would first ban against this team, because they can run it in both 4 and mid. Noob loves playing it. So in terms of draft strength, they're going to have this really strong flex value going to the very end now.
I think Noob is, he's very good at that leader as well. Not even think. We've seen him play it a lot before. It's one of his, more comforts, like you say.
His active heroes, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's the 6 to 8 minute mark that we really have to look out for, as far as I'm aware. So.
I agree.
Yeah, the double heal, though, from the Soul Rip's going to be pretty crazy onto the Wisp +1. So.
Yeah, that's very true as well. Completely forgot about that aspect, I guess, but it's all going to be the steroids for that one carry. And I think Spider Pigs, they're going to have to look towards maybe either banning out those carries, or at least just having it in mind when they have their future picks and they take away the troll. Okay, that's perfectly fine. I like the Beastmaster ban for just the tempo of the game. When both of your opening picks hate playing up against kind of just neutral creeps in general, then I can respect that ban for sure.
Yeah, it makes me think it's probably more likely to be Venge 5 as well for LeBron. They're banning out this Beastmaster. We'll see. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but Venge 5 hates playing up against that hero.
In terms of drafting though for Spider Pigs, if they do want to flex this Lina to the end, the draft does get a bit awkward entering the second phase, as they have to pick a hero that traditionally is your support, right? And when you're seeing a position 5 and this flex 4, you're kind of forced to pick most likely your offlaner here. So I wouldn't be surprised if this was a casual Mitch hero, or even just a strong carry, but there you go, the casual Mitch hero, the Bloodseeker.
I mean, Bloodseeker and Lina lane, if they do end up being together, is obviously very strong, even against Undying. So.
Exactly that.
They do have a Rupture double swap as well, T. I hope you're ready for that.
Oh, that sounds actually so bad it becomes good.
It's quite funny.
Yeah, that sounds actually, imagine Telescope as well. Ooh. Alright, I can see it. Alright, I'm down.
What's the range that Rupture doesn't damage you? Isn't it 1400 or something like that?
It's just above Anti-Mage Blink range, right? Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I'm not even going to try and pull the number out of my head.
It's either 1200 or 1400, somewhere around there. You see this Bloodseeker, right? And you're like, okay, well, what do we pick with this now? Because I feel like Undying doesn't do massively well against the Seeker. He's okay.
No, he doesn't.
What is this enabling hero that they want to group around?
Well, that's the thing, right? When you've already shown your position 4 and 5, then it's hard to really win side lanes because you've shown what the supporting cast is, right? And that's where Cyberium, they're looking for, okay, what's a carry that can maybe be independent now and can allow our Undying to move away from the lane? So I'm thinking maybe a Lifestealer, but against Lina, just non-stop chip and poke, and it doesn't feel that great.
I was thinking something like Lesh might be interesting with the Wisp, but okay, they go for the Ember.
Okay. So an instant pick from Spider Pigs, another Medusa game. Okay. Round 2. Yeah, the key difference here is... I told you how much
I love this hero.
You're going to have to calm down there, Chief. But the difference between the previous game and this one is there's not like this constant poke and prod that Cyberium like have in terms of like the amp, that disarm. Like they have this amazing ability to fight you with Undying, Io, Ember running at you. The difference is they don't have the kind of damage mitigation that they had in that second game. But in this game, it is equally as scary. They go for another Monkey King. Their ability just to run at you once again, like this, there will be another Axe Diffusal Monkey King. There will be like the drum, maybe a Yule's Maelstrom type Ember build running at you as well. And I'm scared that Spider Pigs might have the same issues, but the difference is, I guess, they have cheap damage now across their heroes. But where's the guy who stands up front? Like the Bloodseeker needs to buy auras to do that, and lockdown is forever an issue with these teams for some reason.
You can tell the difference between a second pick Deucer and a fourth pick Deucer. They can't, like, they have avenged this game, like you say, the Bloodseeker building these aura items and things. Like they can swap save against these mobile heroes, which is nice. The biggest thing for me though is that the two supports don't really invade the jungle. Like it's more to do with the Monkey King and the Ember and things, and like the cores playing around it, right? So where we saw them like playing the map really quickly before, they do still have that capability on Cyberium, right? But it's not kind of completely the same.
Trying to think of like what Cyberium need now to round out their draft. Of course, it's going to be their offlaner. Realistically, I'd like some just hard control, some hard lockdown, so that they can start a fight. Because when you have only a root on Ember and a stun on Monkey King as your lockdown, that's very sad.
But it has to be something that lanes up against the Deucer as well, right? Which is a bit of an issue. I was thinking maybe something like Underlord might be interesting. Like you build like that Crimson Pipe, right?
Like even an Atos as well, like just for the earlier timing, right?
I think it would be fine. But again, it doesn't feel like a great Underlord game. Maybe like a Tide's not great either.
Oh, Legion would
be
Legion
nice gets
as well.
banned.
Do
they play like an Axe? Doesn't feel great either. Like,
my mind is telling me like some Night Stalker will be a boss tier, you know, just that overwhelming presence. But they're such a dead hero, you know.
We've seen it. Oh, I've seen it in China recently a little bit, and it has been played a few times.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it feels like it has to be a very specific game for Night Stalker to be a thing.
They can still go for like an offlane Pango, but I don't think Cheshire Cat plays it, right? Like if I think of Cheshire Cat, I think of like Furion, Slardar, Mars, Sand King, kind of that kind of line of heroes. But just someone who can just at least start the fight or initiate the fight with a stun. I think that's the key thing. I just want to see a stun on this pick. If there's not a stun, then we got some issues.
You could go center on Stampede the Rupture. That sounds fun. That's my series.
With a blade mail.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing as well, right? You want another hero to tank the Rupture. Because right now, if you Rupture Monkey, like Monkey King is also like the indirect counter to a Bloodseeker. He gets Ruptured, he drops Wukong, he stands still, right? Like life goes on. Ember can Remnant. So they already have ways to deal with the Rupture component. I just want to see another hero that can maybe add to that. And they go for a CK. This hero kind of fell off a cliff, right? It was hotly picked, especially like Viking, but then it kind of just fell away again. But all right, it's all about winning lanes.
CK Wisp is crazy as well. That lane's really strong. So,
but like now for Spider Pigs, I feel like you would put Lina mid most likely just to have a strong lane there, and then you'd want to pick up a really strong position 4 that can try and open up your game. Is it an Earth Spirit could be okay just for lockdown? Yeah. Clockwork isn't that great for the Ember, but it's really good against the Monkey King, always finding him. So yeah, I'd like to see a position 4 here.
I was trying to think of other 2s that they might pick though that would be okay.
There's a Viper.
It's a good Viper game though, to be fair. Okay. So they're going to put the Bloodseeker
4. Okay. Sure.
That's cool. I mean, Bloodseeker Viper sounds like a disgusting lane to play against, even for like. I mean, obviously Monkey King. I think the Bloodseeker goes down in value against the Monkey King because he can obviously always mischief dodge the Blood Right, which is like a big problem for Bloodseeker.
But do you not feel that this is a little bit too greedy? Because like, where's the stuns? Where's the hero that's saying stop? Because like Ember, he commits onto you. Io, Undying, they're in and out using their the Io, especially using that extra move speed, enabling. And for Spider Pigs, there's so much pressure on Noob to have like this amazing game to punish this aggression with like a Yule's LSA into then a Blood Right. Like There's like Spider-Pigs have to have great laning phase to hit a team timing and then to play off that. Because if Cyberium go equal and they start running with confidence, Spider-Pigs don't really ever stop that aggression other than an overcommittal from Cyberium. And
I mean,
that's worrying.
You think exactly the same as I have. And like the Viper pick seems really good in a nutshell, but the problem is it's a good Viper game, but your game shouldn't be about the Viper. It's about the Deucer, right? And like you say, the Viper pick doesn't seem to enable the Deucer like other heroes could, like you say, with these stuns and things and lock down a team fight, whatever. So I completely agree with you. I think if they start to fall behind on Spider Pigs, they're done for.
But luckily, it is a Viper lane. It should do well. Just depends if Bloodseeker provides that setup that normally you see from position 4s, and I don't think it does.
I think that all three of their lanes do okay. I mean, maybe the only one that doesn't is the Deuce Avenge up against the CK Wisp. Like, I think this Wisp lane's really good.
I couldn't agree.
Yeah, so if you guys, it doesn't matter what we think anyway. We've talked about this. We both don't know anything. We're both pretty awful, but you guys, you probably know better than us. So go click the banner down below, EGB. See, don't pretend that it's anything different. It's fine. Go click the banner down below. Go to EGB. Put down a bet if you ever fancy. Back into the game. Cheshire Cat comes through with the Chaos Strike onto the Venge already. LeBron getting constantly slowed up by this tether. And the Monkey King's made a rotation over as well. So LeBron going to be the first death here. God damn. Decides to take the kill for himself. Fair enough. But like giving that to Little Pleb might have been a little bit better, but okay.
Again, the key thing, like I briefly mentioned at the end of the draft, was simply how they're going to approach the lanes from Spider Pigs, and it's that the pressure of Viper, he needs to have a good start to open up the game, and if they can kind of get that sweeping motion of winning that off lane, push it through, and then Medusa's playing behind it, they might have some strong timings. But like this is all about the Lina and the Viper to have a game. It's worrying that we might just see a repeat of this Medusa with no jungle to farm, crying at the Monkey Ember running at her. Like this could be a worrying game.
I also think Little Pleb played incredibly well on the Monkey King last game.
Yeah. Look at the laning setup actually.
Yeah, this is something I was going to mention, but this looks really good. Like, I think this is the complete right thing to do as well. Put the CK in the lane against the Viper, because you don't want the Monkey King there. Monkey King can dodge the Mystic Snake with Mischief as well. This is something that we used to see mid lane when Deuce was played mid. People would play the Monkey King against it and use it to dodge the Snake he does. Very nice.
So yeah, like you were saying, Lil Pleb, he did for sure bounce back after that first game performance, and second game played much better, and hopefully we get to see that kind of continued performance, because like you always hope that game 3 is close, and like we've kind of seen like a stomp on both games, right? Like we've yet to see like that proper close back and forth true game, so hopefully this is what game 3 can provide.
It's starting the mid lane from the Lina already, and taking a lot of harass. I mean, this lane obviously very Lina favoured in general, so I don't know how much we can take away from this.
It's a lot of annoying. Of course, like the Ember is a melee hero, so with Quelling Blade inside the Creep Wave, but with the LSAs, it does provide Lina a little bit of an edge.
I mean, obviously it's very difficult, but you can slight dodge LSAs as well, which could help, but they're not easy.
That is true. That is true.
What do you feel about the Undying starting with Boots this game? Do you like that?
Undying with Boots is basically when you don't have a way to naturally contest, so you want to be able to like move around and contest the pools and do everything else other than like contest the lane itself. So yeah, I like it this game. If he went for regen, like realistically, how is he ever getting onto the Viper? So I don't mind it for sure.
I mean, in the early levels, I think it's okay, but yeah, as the lane goes on, obviously the Viper would be more and more difficult to deal with.
Also, you need to think about like when the map opens up, what's his play, right? Like he needs to be able to go do something, and if he doesn't have the boots because he had a bad lane and he had only consumables, he's now like an Undying without boots, and boots is like critical for any early move, right?
That is true. So Bloodseeker down here, what's his job as this position? I mean, we haven't really seen position 4 Bloodseeker a huge amount. So I don't
it's
really
basically just position 4, right? Just stop pulls from occurring, pull when needed, enable your offlane to get XP. Like, it doesn't matter what hero you're playing as position 4, you literally just need to do like the basics of
top lane, they're going onto Thug here with the Jingu damage. It's only level 1 Jingu, so Thug isn't taking a huge amount of damage, and Boundless Strike is available down in the bot lane. They seem to have got Mitch, but I'm going to carry on looking top. Thug, Boundless Strike comes through, takes a bit of damage, but with the mana shield up, he's going to be okay. Down in the bot lane, it looks like Mitch went down though as well. So like, yeah, as soon as some decay stacks start coming through, Viper, you get the Reality Rift, you get the Chaos Bolt.
Well, he was level 3, right? He had that advantage, and also when you have that Soul Rip, like you mentioned, it's a lot of damage. The side lanes for Cyberium going pretty well right now, being very annoying.
I mean, how much of that comes down to the switch up though?
Yeah, pretty much all of it, right? Like,
Gatsy denies to the tier 2, so he'll be back in lane again with full mana in a second. Little Pleb dodging out the snake up in the top lane again. Oh, something we didn't talk about, this overcharge with the Jingu stacks is quite interesting. I haven't seen this combination before, but it makes sense.
yeah, free attack speed. Monkey King always loves it.
I think Noob has
She's
to
so
follow
sad
up.
playing this lane.
Which way? Which lane?
The top lane, it's just like, you just appear in lane, he just walks you down, right clicks. This is only going to get worse with levels.
What was the lane support they had last time with the Deucer? I can't remember.
Sven.
So, I mean, yeah, at least the Sven had a way of like...
It's the same hero.
Like defensive capability
Sven
though,
and
right?
Benj do the same thing in lane, right? As a support.
Oh, you don't have the war cry though.
Oh, sorry. But you don't have the Wave of Terror. Oh.
True, true.
They're both point and click stuns that don't really contribute any kind of harass.
I'm really struggling to see what this Bloodseeker's job is this game. Like, even towards... Like, obviously the spell out's going to be nice on the Blood Rage. His spells are already, like, all innately good. I get that, but... I don't know. It just feels like it's going to be a bit underwhelming.
Yeah, I think that the cause for concern is simply...
Bot lane.
It's a nice little poke, yeah. Poke and prod.
Going to move forward onto Mitch here as well, though. LeBron actually goes down into top lane, but now they're going to move forward onto the Seeker as well. Cheshire Cat having a little bit of trouble. There's no Urn on the Viper, so they're missing that little bit of extra damage, and only level 4, so not a huge amount comes through. The Lil Pleb diving the top lane, kills off the Deucer as well in the trees. And this top lane is becoming an absolute disaster right now. Down in the bot lane, though, as well. Cheshire Cat getting chased down by the Bloodseeker and the Viper still through the trees themselves. No early TP rotations, which is interesting. I guess if one of the mid laners had been level 6, we might see something different.
You can't really rotate in when both offlane duos are going super aggressive. There's no real kind of rotation. And also it's too early in the game for the mids to confidently want to make that play. But no, yeah, it's good to see both offlanes going on the aggressive and actually trying to kind of apply that pressure to the safe laners.
I mean, yeah, I mean, if the Deucer starts to struggle as well, which she already is, then that's supposed to be the big hero that they group around on Spider Pigzs, right?
Before the fight broke out, you were mentioning about like what does the Bloodseeker do in the game, and my concern for it is simply when you're a hero that tries to shut down utilization of movement, when Cyberium don't even care about that and can just stand still and just A-click, that's a big issue with a Bloodseeker. And it might be why they relegated the hero to a supporting role. It's because like they can't rupture a monkey. You can't really stop a CK from like ulting and standing and fighting you, right? Like Ember can run away, so it feels like Spider Pigs value more getting good hero matchups and relegating heroes to support roles than to let the hero just go through.
Ember picks up a regen rune, by the way, from the 6-minute mark, so...
Noob never wins it, man, I told you.
Always loses the 50-50s. To be fair, he got the 50-50 right last time, it's just there was an Undying there that stole his rune, so...
That's true. Does that count as a true 50-50?
This
Look at the CS, actually. Oh.
Yeah,
sorry, look at the
rough.
CS of Lina Ember. That is disgusting. I didn't even see that.
He's doing a really good job on Noob. Like we said, one of his better heroes, has to be said. Down in the spot lane, though, I mean, the Viper's picked up an Urn now, so potentially could look to make an aggressive play. But when he's losing strength like this, the Wisp comes through, TP to the bot lane. They are going to find the Viper with the stun. Mitch going to drop
Lina
here.
TP
DNC.
top as well. Meanwhile, that
DNC.
Lina's trying to set up on top. The
Yeah,
6 to 8 minute rotation, but Lil Pleb instantly jumping out.
Really well played. Noob cuts down the tree as well, gets some attack speed. And they have the catapult in this top lane as well, so they can start to poke at this tower. They're going to keep the catapult alive here, and this is a completely different kind of rotation to what we normally see. Ember jumps in with the Revenant as well, sleight of fist. start the fight, but now the Laguna coming through with the LSA. Can they get... They don't quite have enough damage for Mastermind, and now with the Undying TPing towards the top lane, Noob might be in a little bit of trouble here. The Orb of Venom slow kicking in as well. Mastermind has to slide fist up in 1 second here. Do they have the damage to clear up the leader? Boundless Strike misses, and now with Mitch TPing in towards the top lane, the Monkey King is the one in trouble here. LSA misses, but it doesn't matter. Monkey King's going to fall. Really great plays by the Dire side, just completely, you know, recover that fight. I mean, if the Boundless hits and the Noob dies, then it's completely different, but... Jeez.
Very, very close, but also just the initial rotation was met with kind of like a failed move onto Monkey. They just apply the pressure, and then a good rotation from Cyberium. Sure to defend the tab, but then it's that bit after the misstun. It hurts. It really does.
Yeah, interesting play though, because normally what we see these, you know, if you're Dire side, you tend to rotate towards the bot lane and try and take the tier 1, but bench, hang on, a little bit of trouble mid. Gesture Cat comes in with Mastermind, they finish off LeBron. Might we have to try and transition this into a mid tier 1?
They are going to pressure mid, but like you were saying, they can't pressure pot because like you're running into an Undying plus CK, right? The kings of early fight compared to top lane, which is like a squishy monkey if like stunned.
It's just making a way over here towards the mid lane. I mean, Mastermind doesn't have any remnants out at the moment, so it does have to be a little bit careful. And he has an illusion rune here, so he's able to purge off the poisonous sacks pretty easy. Just baiting out the urn charge from the Viper.
I really wish we did post-game interviews with Div2. I'd love to like... Hello, DNZ. Did you ask for the Bloodseeker, or did your captain LeBron just force it upon you?
Oh yeah, I wonder if can you check... Actually, don't do it now. I was going to say, can we check DNC's pub profile and see if he's played any Bloodseeker?
Sure. I'm looking.
Could be interesting, couldn't it? If they're like, DNC, do you want to play Bloodseeker? Like, can you play it? And he's like, yeah!
No, he hasn't.
Fine.
He's not played any Bloodseeker for like the entirety of November. Now looking at October. Yeah, nope. Yeah, no, we got nothing here, Chief. This is a fresh Bloodseeker game.
And again, it's one of those things that you wonder whether it's something that he has played before in scrims, maybe, or if it is just, you know...
Honestly, I have the vibe that it's just simply like, yo lads, it's not a good core Bloodseeker game. Can we put it 4? And DNC's like, mate, I love my team, love what we're doing, love the philosophies, don't kick me, I'll play it.
Is this Thug Noosa going for Midas? He's got the Gloves of Haste and he's not buying out for the treads.
That is true, this could easily be a Midas. I think when the map is getting potentially closed off, I can see why, because levels are critical.
Or
issue is
going to come and steal the stacks here, potentially. They've got the level 2 Tombstone as well.
Oh, he doesn't have Flame Guard for 13, so this is a very awkward attempt at taking stacks.
The 6-8 comes through with the silence from the Bloodseeker here as well. The Wisp is in a little bit of trouble, and Deuce is just standing her ground right now. They find the Wisp after Venge dies. They try and kill the Tombstone as well. Gatsy, DP gets cancelled. Well, he cancels it himself, and then the LSA comes through, but I don't know how much of the stack they managed to take there on the Radiant side. But, I mean, is that worth it?
It was not worth it at all. Like, the idea of Cyberium invading there is great, but they needed the Flame Guard on the Ember to force up the stacks quicker and to position themselves ready for the fight. The issue there was they just weren't able to take the stack. They committed the Tombstone, and they were so disconnected that you had like the leader coming from one side, the Medusa coming from the other. Like, yeah, that was a very awkward attempt of pressuring there, the Medusa. Not as clean as we saw in game 2. And it is just a treads. Nothing too creative. I was ready for a spicy Midas, but alas.
Yeah, I think
after those kills, I feel like he's like, the game's not actually as bad as it is. Like, let's chill.
Yeah, I think that makes complete sense. I mean, she has the talent as well now, so can start to head over towards those Ancients if she really wants.
Change up from Cyberium this time. They opted to put an Observer Ward, not to block the camp, but at least to scout out the stacks being taken.
Have you noticed, T, by the way, that this isn't a 4 stack on the Ancients this time, so Dusa can actually farm it, which is quite nice.
Yes, that is a crazy realization that you can overstack stacks. Unless you're a Kunker and you can make like an infinite stack and farm it with the Tidebringer.
Noob going to try and push in this bot tier 1 here, but with the change coming through and the relocate as well, good LSA
nice
by Noob onto the CK and the Wisp. And they keep himself alive a little bit longer, but Might be in a bit of trouble here. Relocate going down in a few seconds. Gets the LSA onto the Whisper, not the CK, unfortunately. So Noob is going to fall in the end. Mid lane, though. Relocate comes back, and now the Whisper and the CK are in trouble themselves. With the poison attacks coming through, Whisper's going to die. Swap comes through onto the Rupture. It's the Mofar analysis. Who knew? Balance Strike comes through. I mean, is this the play you want to make, though, Lil Pleb? Tombstone's down, but...
That's all the stuns used on Cyberium. That one...
Little Pleb?
Little Pleb?
Okay. Well, Little Pleb's dead. That was great.
Unfortunate.
I don't think unfortunate was the word I would use, but fair enough.
Trying to do the casting shtick where you have to be PMA, you know.
Mistakes
Unfortunate
happen.
play from Lil Pleb. Uncharacteristic. Actually, no, wait, he'd done it a lot in game 1. Characteristic
No,
play
to be
from...
fair, uncharacteristic for his Monkey King.
Ah, yes. Maybe he had flashbacks to the Void and his desire to go in.
True.
Bless him.
Yasha now up on the Deucer, by the way. Only 1,000 gold away from the Manta, so...
I think, okay, so we mentioned about, like, how does Spider Pigs kind of enter these earlier fights and what's the Bloodseeker's purpose, and it's about the synergy, right? Like, if we talk about Bloodseeker by himself, then there isn't anything to talk about, but when you think about layering that Blood Right on top of a Medusa with all these melee cores swarming on top of her, you then have this swap, like you mentioned, with that Rupture, and if you rupture the IO, or if you, like, at least get them when they're not as 5, then suddenly the value of these heroes goes up immensely. In the pure 5-on-5, with items around 20 minutes, you'd argue Cyberium should have the edge, but right now the way that Spider Pigs are playing the map...
bot lane, Noob in trouble
Very
again.
good. Oh wow, dying twice in this bot lane. Oh no.
Seems to be not respecting this relocate at all.
No, he's just getting picked apart now, and you could argue, sure, he's opening up the map, his Medusa's farming, jungle's not getting contested, but you also need your leaner to scale into this game. Another Rupture into top lane.
Top lane, I was going to say. I mean, Cheshire gets just running away.
Yeah.
Just does not care about
Leading.
the Rupture.
Oh well, now he's back under his tower.
It's like 5-year-old me playing football and not caring. Just running it off, I'll run it off. It's fine.
Mate, I was the one kid that used to slide tackle, so everyone else was too scared. And
I
also,
used to do it
did
as
help I was
well.
really fat, so just the chunky defender coming barreling in.
Comes from the Viper in the top lane, but here comes Ember, here comes the Monkey King as well, and now Mitch in a little bit of trouble potentially. Bloodright tries to secure Mitch's exit here, but with the Reality Rift, nice swap though from LeBron. Keeps his Viper alive, and Laguna comes onto the Whisper, but it's not going to be enough damage. Thug comes up to the fight now though as well, and they're going to try and kill off this Tombstone quickly. Bloodright goes down onto the floor as well, and it's really difficult for Cyberium to commit to this fight with so much.
The Ember's just dead on the side of... No, he's not.
They don't have Relocate available on the Wisp, so Wisp ends up falling instead of the Ember. They managed to kill the Venge in return, but if CK dies here as well, it's not worth it. Bloodright goes down onto the Undying. Now he might be in trouble as well. Noob turns up, gets the triple kill, and he's going to be more than happy about how that fight's gone for him.
And instantly just TPs to bot, securing up the bounty runes, and just the pressure from Spider Pigs, the patience in these fights. Like, it's on Cyberium to disconnect the lineup of Spider Pigs. They need to get around the Viper, get around the Medusa, and kill off the backlines. And when they're fighting into an objective, it's really hard for them to do that. I think that's where their weakness might come into play, because
do they have any follow-up damage here? The Atos comes onto the Monkey King as well. There is Relocate available. They don't really want to pop
trying.
it. He is going to use it here, though. With the LSA coming through, Relocate comes out, though. They do save the Monkey King, but now the Wisp might be in a little bit of trouble himself.
They are looking to probably make a Tether play. The question is, how quick on the fingers is LeBron with a swiftly swap?
Yeah. Oh my, they bring the Monkey King back in! What? How angry is Little Pleb right now? Oh, they double smoke on the dire side in the mid lane.
Just a little bit.
Oh, they find the CK though. They have the Ewers available, and they are going to have to set up for an LSA here. She cat in a bit of trouble. Laguna Blade comes through as well. I mean, Phantasm gets popped. Is that? Oh, the Centaur stomp! Makes Cheshire Cat's game a little bit easier here. Can he get away? They do have the Thirst Vision available. Oh, Viper turns up though, to the back of the fight. Cheshire Cat does go down anyway. Oh, Little Pleb. Poor Monkey King. There's no point Relocate saving somebody if you're just going to get them killed anyway. Jesus.
It's like, if you don't tip me for that Relocate, I'm bringing you back.
He's like, I'm out of tips, I'm out of
things
tips.
about me, I'm relocating you back, and it's like,
I'm out of tips. Goddamn's like, well, you know what's going to happen here then?
You're dead now.
Oh dear. Just stacks being made for the Deucer again as well, already up to 2.1k net worth after the Manta. Her game going
much different game from game 2 in terms of the Medusa. Like, she's had the room to farm, she's able to actually enter in the game, jungle's been protected, and Spider-Pigs have done a great job at just finding these quick fights. And it does kind of put some concern for me, because like Cyberium, that previous game, they played so well around each other, but this game, I've not seen that like Monkey King Ember rotating to the same lane. Where's the Tombstone with the CK frontlining? Like, I've not seen them try to make any early plays to punish like the weakness of Alina, the kind of the lack of damage of Medusa brings. So Brim, I think I've missed a key timing where they could have maybe controlled the map, and now like the 8k down, the Alina has Jules, the Medusa has Manta, one component away from Skadi. Like, they're getting very tanky, and Cyberium's damage, it is lackluster until, you know, Ags on Monkey King, plus maybe a Skadi or a Deso. Like, yeah, it's a scary position for Cyberium now.
Mid lane. I will say as well, this CK, when he doesn't have a good start to the game, Sok comes out mid though. With the Venge Stun as well, they might be able to find the CK here, but the relocate comes out. Let's see if he decides to bring him back again. They may on the Ember though, so Mitch just have to be a little bit careful. On the top side of the fight there, you see Lil Pleb dropping down the Wukongs, catches 3 heroes with the Boundless Strike as well, but they're just going to run themselves away. I mean, where is this catch that we talked about with the Radiant? And they've killed the Venge, but they've committed so much for it.
Well, did they though, Mo? I still see the illusion quite alive.
I mean, they used Relocate, they used Wukongs, they used Phantasm, they still have Tombstone, I guess. I mean, like, you're killing Avenge, like, you're not getting a tower or anything off this, right? So where's...
No. But they might actually be able to poke and prod it now, especially if Spider Pigs leave the area. They have Fortify. They're actually defending it, okay.
Yeah, I think they should.
Of course they should.
Well, do they want to swap the Ember here? The stun comes through. Mastermind just to jump away.
Still got stunned.
I mean, the stun follows. The Radiant are playing under their own vision here, so this might be a pretty good fight for them. They're going to drop the Tombstone onto the high ground here. The silence comes through from the Bloodseeker, it doesn't quite catch anybody. Got to be a little bit careful. You don't really want to fight into that Tombstone. CK trying to force the engagement. But... okay, Phantasm
again, they can just walk away. They're like, all right, lads, you just use Tombstone. Let's barrel into Roshan.
They can go into Roche. I mean, they can run mid if they want. I don't know. This is... they have Venge Deucer, right? Like, is there a medallion? I guess there's not, right?
They're going to take it quite quickly. They have the Blood Rage. They've got the Wave of Terror, the Vengeance Aura. Yeah, they're good to go.
But the Radiant, do they know this is going on? I don't think they do.
No, I don't. I don't think they even want to contest it. Like, they don't have the Tombstone. They don't even have, like, the Phantasm. Like, how do they fight them right now? They've lost their key window to be the aggressors. They need to wait for their items to kick in and to kind of stabilize their lineup.
Venge stacking the Radiant Ancient Camp so the Deucer can farm.
Efficiency.
Very good game though for Spider Pigs at the moment. Much better than game 2 with this Deucer. So almost at that Skadi now. Obviously Monkey King's game going to get very hard with that reduced healing up against the Jingu. It's a kind of a small thing, but even so. Is there a timing that they're looking for here now on Spider Pigs? Are they quite happy to just keep this game, you know, keep farming, keep it going? You know, Deucer's eventually going to win us the game kind of thing.
Yeah, pretty much that. But the difference is they can actually move as a lineup now and make these aggressive plays on Spider Pigs, because they have this cheap damage to throw around. We kept having this concern of Bloodseeker, but when the Viper buys the Atos for you, suddenly the Bloodseeker has a way to play the game, right? There's that lockdown coming into play, so he buys Glimmer Cape. They're ready. They're this kind of death ball 5-man. They'll crush everyone back, and as soon as they all Cyberium have to TP back and defend, then suddenly, you know, the map's yours again. This lead will just continue to grow.
Avenge with 3 range cores here. There is a lot of poke and prod coming through from the Dire
But
side.
the wraparound though.
I mean, Deuce is taking quite a lot of damage here from the tower, but does have the Aegis and that mana shield. Yeah, like, she's going to try and take the tier 3 though.
She has to just tank this.
In the
she has Aegis. She tanks one Wukong. Cyberium have nothing to fight, so...
I mean, how is Radiant supposed to enter this fight though? Like, what's their play?
Yeah, they don't want to kill
really
Venge.
Awkward.
They can't really kill a Viper. It's so difficult right now.
Go on, CK. Get in there, mate. Let's go. Let's go. Chains comes out though onto the Venge and the Viper, and CK decides to blink him, pops a Phantasm, but it's only the one illusion with him being level 11 still. Now Stone Gauge gets popped, and Cheshire Cat is in absolute no man's land. Lil Pleb getting chased down as well with the Rupture on him, with the Skadi effect from the Deucer. Lil Pleb, is he going to fall here as well? They do find Mitch in the backlines with the damage from Mastermind. Little Pleb's going to fall. Now they move on to the Whisper as well. This Deuce is just standing in the middle of everybody doing whatever she wants. Tombstone's going to fall in the backline as well, so that advantage gone for the Radiant. Medusa still has the Aegis T.
Literally unkillable.
I think the way she loses the most health in the fight is if the Bloodseeker uses Blood Rage on her.
Or she turns her mana shield off.
Or she turns her mana shield.
Got to really factor in everything.
And they just take the Rax on TP away.
Yeah, this is just going to be one of those kind of reset. Is everyone ready? All right, cool. We confident? Yep. All right, let's go again. Push through bot.
So the Aegis does have another 2 minutes available. I mean, they're probably not going to be able to get another set of racks with the Aegis in time.
That's a lot of minutes, you know. Minute 50, that's plenty of time to barrel it down mid. You know, 30 seconds to get down there. About a minute to force out one of those kind of they can't fight us fights. Yeah. I think they're going to try for it.
Tier 2. I mean, maybe they take a tier 2, but I don't think you can force it too
Let's
hard.
go, Spider Pigs. Fight, fight, fight.
Atos in the mid lane onto the Wisp. Does have Tether available, gets over to the side onto the Undying, but now, yeah, it's tier 2 in a bit of trouble. Okay, minute 30 still available, fair enough. You might be right here, they might try to force the high ground.
Yeah. Like, we just watched that top fight, right? And if you call it a fight, that's somewhat comical in itself, that kind of scuffle of a free racks, and that's exactly what I'm going to see again. The difference here, though, they might be able to time the Aegis falling, right? If they're able to delay long enough, and they overextend, then maybe a fight can break out, but we still have another 57 seconds on the Aegis.
Dark dodges out the CK stun as well with the Manta. I mean, Mastermind is being very brave here. He's doing as much as he can, but this monkey really doesn't want to join the fight. Going to try and get the bot tier 2 instead. Has no BKB available, which I don't even know is going to save him in these fights, to be honest.
No, not at all. Oh, and that's the
Rax
racks.
goes down. Get the LSA potentially onto the CK here. Can't get the Phantasm off in time with the Laguna Blade coming through. Nice relocate from the Wisp though. It's the CK alive, but Mastermind, a little bit of trouble. Has the Rupture on him, but it's just going to be able to jaunt away. And with
There
that,
it is.
Aegis
Look at the
starting to
value of that
expire.
Aegis.
They get the melee racks and they chill out. Fair enough. Also, something I think I've noticed in these fights is I don't think Blood Rage takes off mana from the mana shield. I think it just takes off the HP.
Yeah, correct.
That's interesting. I love getting the Aegis regeneration as Medusa though. It feels so good. It's the
just
mana
love
as well,
Medusa.
right? Like,
Oh, look at that. Oh. And then a
100
ball
and 100.
DD. That is... What a life to live.
I
Right, lads.
have a feeling.
Let's go again.
I have a feeling the next fight might go quite bad for the Radiant side. This isn't a fight. This is a pick-off. I'm going to clarify that right now.
Thank you. Thank you for the clarification.
I mean, do you just wait for the second Rocher if you're the Dire side? I mean, there's not a huge amount of pressure on you to try and carry on doing more here.
They can just wait for the Viper to respawn. Make sure that, like, the worst thing right now for the Spider Pigs is Cyberium chaining some pickoffs. Like, you kill the Viper, then, like, 20 seconds later, you get to kill Alina. And now suddenly it's like, oh, wait, hold on a second. We've had 2 minutes of the game, but we can't go active. And Cyberium have eked out, like, 3-4k gold from the map suddenly. So, just Spider Pigs need to wait, regroup, slowly move into bot, get their vision out, start poking again, and then they can look to make that play. Or they can be super patient, wait at Roshan, and try and get another free Aegis.
Trying to farm out midway, but with the LSA coming through as well, he might be in a bit of trouble here. Rupture comes onto him as well, and Noob does have the BKB available. Cheshire Cat just blinks in here, but Noob just pops his BKB, and now Cheshire Cat in the absolute middle of 4 heroes gets ripped to pieces. Tombstone goes down, but it's going to be too late.
Bold.
Rupture has worn off on Little Pleb, so he's able to get away, but that was a 4 versus 5. Like, Viper's still dead. Little Pleb on the high ground. They do see him because of the ward, but Stonegaze gets popped. Medusa standing in the middle of the Wukongs. Nice swap
Nice
from everyone.
Wukong.
Takes Little Pleb out of the Wukongs. He's done. Now Viper's TPing mid here, trying to find Mastermind potentially as well. Let's get a nice remnant away, but now Noob TPs to the next creep along, and Mastermind manages a slight dodge to the LSA, so well played by him. Lack of catch on Dire, a little bit evident there, but...
Oh well, we've got a DD
Comical
Medusa.
still.
Let's just go in the game, lads.
Good luck defending the tier 4s. Look how far away Noob can attack from because
I
of the
know, right?
range.
Look at all three of them. They're like,
Ridiculous.
oh, thanks, Bench.
Actually, if it's level 25 with like a Dragon Lance, I mean, this is crazy. It's like a sniper. I mean, Mastermind's trying to hold the towers, but I don't really know how he's supposed to do that.
What a delight, actually.
Stun follows the Ember, but he just jaunts away. I mean, this tower's just 100% dead. CK's going to try and go in and make something happen here, though. The nice swap onto Mitch, though, keeps himself alive. Mastermind's just in the middle of 5 heroes, and the Whisper and the CK just awkwardly standing on the side of the fight, wondering what they can do here. I mean, Little Pleb as well, coming out of the fountain just as he respawns. And the Arsenic Noob just doesn't care, does he? He's like chasing everybody
Get me
around.
out of this game, Noob cries. Dog comes back in.
Dusa comes back into the fight, though. Cheshire kites those down. Nice blood right as well. Completely kills off the CK. I mean, they're just going to hit the throne. Throne eventually dies. They ignore the rest of the Radiant heroes. It doesn't matter. Spider Pigs, they win the series 2-1, and this game 3 never looked close to.
Yeah, I've got to give big props to Spider Pigs there. Like, when we were looking at how this Bloodseeker was going to have a game, kind of like we were concerned for it. But then the way in which the itemization came out from Spider Pigs, of course, like you see the Aegis from Viper, and then you realize, well, Viper and Bloodseeker kind of like the same hero in terms of like the itemization, right? They want to buy that kind of cheap lockdown and try and fight on top. So if one of them buys it, then suddenly the other hero gets to have a game, right? So the Viper goes for the Atos, and now you have this like kind of double combo of enabling. And then of course, I think to me, Venge, this LeBron, his swaps this entire game are amazing, always keeping his heroes alive. Then you had this Glimmer Cape on the Bloodseeker being that kind of additional support factor. And it was just a much better Medusa game where the way in which Spider Pigs were able to go aggressive allowed Medusa to farm behind all that aggression. And we just never saw Cyberium play as 5 at any point. Like, when did we see them truly try and make a play? They were just locked into farming, and that just doesn't let you win games, especially when this Medusa, to some degree, is like the hard counter to all 3 of your heroes. Like, maybe Monkey King can be a counter at some stage of the game, but realistically, you'd never outscale the Medusa in this game unless you have like the perfect start with like an item advantage on every core.
Yeah, it was an interesting series. I have to say as well, personally, when I see this Undying Wisp verse 2, I'm already thinking, what the opening itself is different, but like, what kind of big hero do they want to group around to make plays? Yeah. And not only do I feel like they were lacking that hero, but they never really tried to make that. They never really got that going, did they? Kind of like this support joke feels like they want to group around and have like a similar. We group up as 5, we go relatively early on when we get the mech, but yeah, it never really happened. So unfortunate for Cyberium, but big win for Spider Pigs. They're now 4-3 in the group stage. Cyberium, though, I think, are they 2-5 now? 2-5
now, yeah. Like, the key thing about this is simply Spider Pigs still have, I think, 2 series remaining, and they can break into top 4. If you get top 4 in Division 2, you get to go into the Division 1 lower bracket playoffs, or it's like a play-in stage. Either way, you have that ability to go up into Division 1 kind of contention. So it's great for these teams, especially when you've been spending the entire time looking at Division 1, hoping to get there. So I think Spider Pigs are really going to be motivated, hopefully, in the next 2 series to get some more victories, and then we might see them in the Division 1.
Yeah, fingers crossed. So that's going to be it from Division 2 today, guys. Great. Nice to see it go to 3 games, though, I have to say. Obviously, there's going to be a little bit of a break now. I think there's about another hour or so until the next game's ready for Div 1, which, as far as I'm aware, is going to be Alliance versus...
Mud Golems?
Mud Golems? Yeah, okay,
Correct.
So Alliance versus Mud Golems. Going to be a good series. Lots to look forward to, but yeah, that's going to be it from me and T. Any final words, T, at all? Adoring fans in the chat, maybe you want to shout them out.
Hey, you can get one of them. It's been great casting with you, Mo. It's been a pleasure. 2 British lads, both analysts, both doing this. Yeah. Other than that, yeah, it's been good.
So thanks very much, guys, for watching. Make sure to stick around, stay around for Div 1, and we'll see you very soon.
EGB, your esports betting world.